1099 internship requiring availability 24/7. This is a doozy. They say, my adult daughter took an internship because she had a job gap through the pandemic. It's a small company that works across time zones. They are paying $1,000 per month to be paid once a month. She's being asked to send emails to India at 10 p.m. and be available 7 days a week. 2 days are in office, which is 30 miles each way. Daughter was reprimanded for not responding to an email from New York at 6 p.m. on what she thought was her day off. It happened to be her 3-year anniversary, and she was told to respond when she came home after celebrating. This was on day 2 of the internship, and it was not explained at the beginning that she was to be available to respond to emails 24/7. Some of the emails have instructions for projects that are to be started remotely. She's also 1099, not W-2, which I understood to be a violation of labor law. I'll be honest, I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know labor law and I don't know the difference. Well, I do know the difference between 1099 and W-2, but I'm not going to comment on that because I'm not knowledgeable on that. The worst part of this is that a relative is the VP, so just up and quitting is tricky. There is an upcoming 2-day convention which requires unpaid travel and working the convention. This eats heavily into the $1,000 per month stipend. So far, she is 3 days in. To me, it's obvious that this is unsustainable, but the relative being her direct supervisor and dumping work that should be that of a full-time employee on a supposedly part-time intern, marketing social media graphics is a problem. Daughter did identical job for 2 years. The only difference is a product change. Any suggestions for how to tactfully word an exit? For those wondering why mommy is posting on Reddit for adult daughter, she is not on Reddit and has no idea. Smiley face. Woo! So it sounds like this relative who is directly over her is not doing a favor. She's really maybe they think that they're doing a favor, but they're not. They are exploiting her, and that's just not cool. So I think how would I word my exit? I'd say, hey, what you're asking of me is not appropriate for the compensation that is being offered. And I don't even know what level of compensation I would accept to do this. This is just not what we expected. Now, we appreciate you providing a job opportunity to help fill this job gap, but this is just not an opportunity. This is not a fair or familial way. I wouldn't say that they're not being familiar, but man, they're being terrible. So, and reprimanded on day 2 for not responding to an email at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. 7 p.m. No. I mean, on call 24/7, essentially 7 days a week. That's just insane. So you're a contract employee. Just give her your 2 notice and say this is not. This opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity, but this kind of work-life balance is not one that I am willing to accept for the compensation being offered. And oh my gosh, this is just insane. But yeah, I would just say no thank you. here's my 2 weeks notice. But I think internships are about learning what kind of environments you want to work in, and I think your daughter definitely is going to learn that she does not want to work in this kind of work environment. Goodness. Let's see what the audience had to say. Audience had to say, I would just quit on the spot. No internship that encourages an intern to learn from a real-world application of their skills would require them to overwork themselves all day, every day, especially being paid so little too late. I'd quit without hesitation. I don't care who the VP is. Yeah. that's kind of where I'm leaning to. So, man, yeah, I would just say no thank you. I'm gone. Thanks for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All those things really help me out. They boost me up in the YouTube algorithm, and they'll help other people see this great content. Make sure to recommend the podcast to your friends. You can listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcast content from. And make sure you leave me 5-star reviews, like all my videos, and consider subscribing on Patreon or Anchor. All those things help me out, and I really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.